Hello viewer, welcome to my session of MS Excel Macro 2010. In this session, we will see what is the objective of the session, what is the select case statement in Excel VBA. Our objective of this session is, after this session, you will learn what is select case statement, how to write select case statement, that is the syntax of select case statement, how to use select case statement in VBA code. This is the syntax how select case statement is written in VBA code. First you need to use select keyword, and after that case, and after that your test expression will be there, and upon that you need to use the case. Like in if then else statement, we have used if condition, here case condition 1, then the result 1, that is the task which you need to perform upon meeting the condition 1, then case condition 2, then result 2, and this way n number of condition, n number of result, and finally the else part, and then end select, that is the closure of the select case statement. Now we will see this practically using the same example of my previous session, wherein we have used if then else statement. We will go to the Excel workbook, and here you can see the student data set, wherein the 5 subjects are there, the total is calculated, percentage are calculated, and you need to populate the grade depending on the percentages of the student, and the criteria for giving them the grades are, if the percentages are 86 to 100%, the grade should be distinction. If it is 61 to 85%, it's an excellent. If it is 51 to 60%, first class. 36 to 50%, pass. 0 to 35%, fail. So this is our task, and we need to place the borders on the data set, make the header row bold and background color blue and font in white. So this is our task which we are going to perform through the macro using end select case statement in spite of if then else statement. So we will use the same code whatever we have used in my previous session for if then else statement, only in spite of if then statement we will be using case select case end case statement. To get started, we will go to the developer. From developer we will go to the Visual Basic Editor, and here you can see the code is already written for if then else statement. So basically again I will be explaining the code. Here we are declaring 2 variables, that is the last row as long data type and I as long data type. These 2 we will be using for loop. Last row will store the last row number of the data set, and I will be used for, so that our start range and end range will be there in the for loop. So how many times the loop has to perform its activity will be there in for loop. First of all, what this code is doing, this is doing nothing, but if we are, suppose we are in sheet 2 or in sheet 4, so the activity has to be performed in sheet 1. So for that we are writing to activate the sheet 1, so that the code will be run in for sheet 1 only. And here then the second code is selecting the active cell as A1, and after that placing our active selection to the last data set, that is the last row, and after that I am assigning a value to the last row as active cell dot row, meaning the last row number of the data set is stored in the last row. So by till that row the activities will be performed, and then after that worksheet sheet 1 dot range A1 to K and last row, that means A1 to, and the last row will be in our case 21. So A1 colon K, and the last row will be storing the 21 number. So K21. So that is the range will be selected A1 to K21. Now once the selection is done, then we are performing the placing border activity to that data set. So as this code is for selection, so once the selection is done, then we will use the with and with. So with selection, what are we going to do? With selection we are going to place a border. So the syntax is with selection, the borders, and in borders all the edges of the borders like bottom, top, left, right, inside horizontal, inside vertical. So all these are the codes for that. And after that, what are we doing? Then we are again placing our active selection at A1, and from there we are selecting the header row from A1 to K1, and after that again we are making the font as bold for the selection. So again we have used with selection dot font dot bold equals to true. This is making our font bold, and then the interior dot color index equals to 23. That means the background color of that selected row, selected range will become blue, and then after that for that selected range the font color will become white, as RGB 255 255 255 is for white, and then end with. So activity is finished for the selection, and after that we are again making the active selection as cell A1, and after that we are just running the loop and performing the task of calculating the grades for the each students. So now we will do this activity with the help of select case and case statement. So for that, what am I going to do here? I'm just going to comment all these lines. So for commenting this, as you can see here, this is the button for blocking, for placing a comment to the block of line, and this is for uncommenting the block. So once we will press on this line will be commented. Commenting means these line will not be executed while we will be in the run mode of macro. Now here we will use select case, and case will be the value of j. Now we will put end select. So this is the syntax: select case and end select, and between that all the cases will be lying over here. So case number 1 is case is greater than 0.85. So what is the result? For result it has to be distinction. So we will copy that code which we have used for if then else this way, and then case now sorry, again we will be checking the value of j column, and before that you need to use case, and you don't need to use this, but you have to give the ranges now because we have used. This is the benefit while using select, as we have mentioned only once what the cell value here. So for that, what will be the criteria will be checking in case wise. So for this, just mention it 0.61 to 0.85, and then the result will be excellent. And after that again the case will be, I'm just copying that code so that I can change the value only. Here the criteria will be, the condition will be 0.51, that is 51%, to 60%, that is 6. So for that it will be good. Just change the value to good, and then again we will put one more condition, that is from 36 to 50. So for 36.36 to 50.5 it will be pass, and after that again one more case is failed. So for fail we can use directly the else statement, and here we will change from excellent to fail. Now our code is ready with the select case statement. So now you have seen how to use the select case statements. So it's on your comfort level in which you are comfortable. You can use either you can use if then else statement or you can use select case statement. So it's up to you. I have shown you here how to write the select case statement, and in my previous session I had given demo for if then else statement. Now we will be running this code and seeing the output. Now you can see there is no formatting and the grade is not populated. Now we will run this and our grade will get populated and the data set will get formatted. Just run it and you can see our data set is formatted and populated the grade. So this way we can use select case statement. Thank you viewer. In my next session I will be coming up with some more useful codes which will be useful in your day-to-day activities at your job. Thank you.